Coast on a Friday morning.
It is a busy Friday morning, so let's get right to that top story. The reaction to those new tariffs from President Trump. The markets still reeling after yesterday's historic drop-off. And here's a look at where the Dow stands to start the trading day.
And of course, Wall Street, just one indicator of the economy. We are already seeing other impacts from the tariffs. In the auto industry, Volkswagen announcing a new import fee on its vehicles. Stellantis temporarily laying off 900 workers here in the U.S.
There are also concerns this morning about rising prices across nearly every industry. Clothing, smartphones, furniture, wine, alcohol. And consider this, J.P. Morgan now predicting a 60% chance of a global recession this year if the current tariff plan remains in place.
So a lot of concern this morning, a lot of confusion too, and we've got it covered, including an in-depth look at the reasoning behind these tariffs, what the president is trying to do. But let's get started right there on Wall Street. Christine Romans is there. Christine, good morning.
Good morning. Even a healthy jobs report couldn't improve the mood here. Big selling again. The problem here, China firing back against President Trump's tariffs, announcing 34%, steep 34% tariffs against U.S. goods. That's sparking the next round in a global trade war.
The markets plunging this morning in response to President Trump's sweeping tariff plan. The president not budging, saying he wants to reshape the global economy and level the playing field for the U.S.
The markets are going to boom. The stock is going to boom. The country is going to boom.
Americans may feel the effects right away. Shoppers are expected to pay more for everyday products like coffee, fresh produce, and toilet paper in the coming weeks, according to one trade group. Long-term, as prices from everything to groceries to furniture to clothing and shoes go up, the total impact from all of Trump's tariffs could cost the average household $3,800 per year, according to another analysis. Car prices will also likely rise. Overnight, some automakers already reacting. Stellantis pausing production at 2 plants in Canada and Mexico, leading to 900 American workers at Midwest plants temporarily laid off. And Volkswagen announcing a new import fee on its vehicles, according to the Wall Street Journal. President Trump telling Americans the economy needs this.
It's a sick patient that went through an operation. Day.
Yesterday, administration officials originally saying that the tariff rates are here to stay.
Let me make this very clear. This is not a negotiation.
But the president 1 hour later saying he's willing to make deals.
The tariffs give us great power to negotiate.
While the president downplayed the stock market slide, financial experts aren't so sure.
I'd say buckle up until the president finds a way to take some of these tariffs back. I think we're going to have a bunch of really bad days in the stock market and even worse days in the economy.
J.P. Morgan predicting a 60% chance of a global recession this year if Trump's tariff plan continues.
This is having the rug pulled out from under your business.
Absolutely.
Businesses like Mulcherie Bridals, which imports gowns from Asia, are reeling.
The Chinese are not paying these fees. We are. It's a tax on America.
The president, of course, says, make it in America, you don't pay a tariff. That business owner says that industry doesn't exist anymore in the United States. It would be just too expensive to do it here. So it will be big prices, big costs for his customers. At the same time, the president is promising more, teasing there will be new sector tariffs against pharmaceuticals and semiconductors soon. Savannah?
All right, Christine, thank you very much.
Let's bring in NBC's chief White House correspondent now, Peter Alexander. And Peter, good morning to you. Christine there just laid out how the market has responded, how it appears to be getting ready to respond today. But walk us through the political fallout there in Washington.
Well, make no mistake, this is clearly a major gamble by President Trump here with Americans' money, as Christine laid out, on the line. Lawmakers already hearing about it. Republicans in particular, they're now finding themselves in this tough bind. Few, though, of course, are willing to cross President Trump. Still, you can hear their reservations about these sweeping tariffs, the president's move. Ted Cruz warning that he does not think keeping high tariffs in place for an extended period of time would be good economic policy. He, like many others in his party, basically saying they'll give the president the next few months to see what happens. But Cruz himself acknowledges if this trade war escalates, both sides jack up their tariffs. You saw what China's already saying it's going to do, that is a bad outcome. Some senators proposed a new bipartisan bill, Craig, to give Congress more power over the president's tariffs. That's unlikely to go anywhere anytime soon, though. For their part, Democrats, they are condemning these tariffs. they're really finding a clear message finally to rally around, warning that President Trump is, in effect, driving the economy into a ditch. Craig.
Peter, while I have you here, just another headline there at the White House, making some news this morning. High-profile firings in national security. What more can you tell us about those?
Yeah, so the top two officials, including the director at the National Security Agency, were abruptly fired yesterday. The NSA oversees surveillance and intelligence operations within the Defense Department. It's not clear why both career officials were forced out. The top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, though, calls it disturbing. And then within the last 24 hours, the White House fired at least 3 National Security Council officials. The president confirmed some of those firings. He argued that they were justified. They follow an Oval Office meeting, as you were talking about in the headlines here, where the far-right activist and conspiracy theorist Laura Loomer pushed the president to fire them over the objections of Donald Trump's own national security advisor, Mike Waltz, according to one source. The president denied that Loomer played a role, but she overnight took credit on social media, saying she told the president the official